What's good today? And today we'll be doing a Would You Rather NBA 2K or NBA edition where there's two players on my screen. These are questions I've gotten on my Instagram. So we have Damian Lillard or Kyrie Irving. I'm taking Damian. He's a better teammate. I mean, Kyrie, when you have Kyrie in the locker room, there's problems, and that has shown in the past. And I don't want those problems in my locker room if we're building a team. So Damian Lillard is my pick. Kemba Walker, Ben Simmons. I don't really like Ben Simmons. He can't shoot. And they give him too much credit for him literally dunking the ball 8 times a game to get an average of like 16 points, whatever it is. Trae Young or Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook not efficient when it comes to shooting the three. Trae Young was great. I think Trae Young is better than Russell Westbrook, to be honest. I think he can lead a team better. This is pretty dumb. This next question was pretty dumb. Like, whoever sent this, I don't know what you were thinking. Stephen Curry or Kyle Lowry? If anybody takes Kyle Lowry over Steph Curry, you're a dumbass. Steph Curry, by far, is a much better player than Kyle Lowry. And then the last point guard thing was Chris Paul or Jamal Murray. I'm thinking Chris Paul. Straight for the fact that he can play defense much better, and I think he's a better guard, I think. He's a proven veteran, so Klay Thompson or James Harden. I'm taking Klay, to be honest here, because Klay is much better. I think there's a reason he's more efficient. Defensively is better. He knows his role on the team. I mean, James Harden literally just shoots the ball 30 times a game, makes like 8 or 9 shots maybe from 3, and then it makes him look good. He flops like 20 times a game. Paul George or CJ McCollum. Paul George, not much to be said. I mean, Paul George was a MVP candidate a year ago. He was still a good player this year. Luka Doncic or Jaylen Brown. Luka Doncic, he was almost a triple-double average. Bradley Beal or Devin Booker. 2 players that are on horrendous teams, horrendous managements, and still looks absolutely amazing players. I'm saying Devin Booker. I mean, they're both really... excuse me. Not grown up. I'm saying Devin Booker for the fact that, 1, he's younger, and 2, he can improve more. Bradley Beal is getting up there in age. He's going to start becoming a veteran that wants to contend. I don't think he's going to stay on the Washington Wizards for much longer. Last one, we have Donovan Mitchell or the Victor Oladipo. Now, I'm putting these players in their best seasons. I don't mean it as in the past season. I mean, yeah, some of these players in their best season. I'm talking about Victor Oladipo when he was in, what year was it? 2017, 2018? I don't know. When he was his best season, if we're talking about his best season, I'm taking Victor Oladipo because he was defensively one of the best shooting guards. He was one of the best shooting guards in the league. And he still has that, he can still become that, 1 second. The next combination we get is, of course, at the small forward, Kawhi or LeBron. And this is the biggest debate that we have. I think there's something that needs to be said about Kawhi. He's much better than what the stat sheet shows for defense. Even if he's not stealing the ball, he's still playing the best defense. And I think this past 10 years, he's the best defensive player in the league. LeBron James is good. Kawhi Leonard is consistent every single year. He is great. He comes out. He plays the game. You know what? Number two, he doesn't trash talk like most players. He's just focused on the game. Just straight up focused about how to be better. And I think Kawhi Leonard is better. I think LeBron's gonna start. I don't think he's gonna win a championship. I think Kawhi is much better than, not much better, but he's better than LeBron. I mean, you can let me know in the comments. But I would personally rather have Kawhi Leonard. His defense is there. His offense, he could literally score 30 points a game to 40 points a game. LeBron James, I mean, he can't score off Kawhi. We've seen it. He can barely score. I mean, even Paul George is shutting him down. Giannis, there's a point that to be made there. Giannis can't shut down LeBron James. Kawhi can. Next one's DeMar or Jimmy Butler. Leadership. In Miami. He's a great player. I think he'll always be a great player. I'm taking him over DeMar DeRozan. Jimmy Butler is more of a range from 3. DeMar, maybe 20. Maybe when he's 1 out of 3. I don't know. Chris Middleton or Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is majorly overpaid, but not majorly overrated. But I think I'm taking Chris Middleton. He's one of the best second options in the league, behind Anthony Davis. Kristaps Porzingis, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Kristaps Porzingis isn't a better second option. I like Chris Middleton. I think he's one of the top 3, top 4 second options on the team. Kevin Durant and Brandon Ingram. I don't care about Kevin Durant injury. He's going to come back, still be better. Brandon Ingram, you're nice, but if we're talking about KD's best days, I'm talking about KD's best days here. KD's best days, he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. So I'm taking him over Brandon Ingram. Last up, the small forward, Jonathan Isaac or Andrew Wiggins. If we're going for offense, we're going Andrew Wiggins. If we're going for defense, we're going Jonathan Isaac. Andrew Wiggins does score more, but he's not as good at defense. And at the power forward, another really good debate. Giannis Antetokounmpo or Anthony Davis. I'm taking Giannis Antetokounmpo. Straight up an MVP candidate. He has the award possibly to be the greatest single season in the NBA history. So, Zion Williamson or Tatum. I'm taking Jason Tatum for a reason here now. This is another really good question, actually, to be honest. But Zion's only played 17 games. We don't know if he's going to keep getting injured. I'm not taking Zion at this point over anybody who's proven. Anybody on this list, I'm taking over Zion for a reason, and that's because Zion's not proven. He played 17 games. No, I'm taking Tatum, who is a proven star, an all-star he's an all-star. Already a top 15 player in my mind. Blake Griffin or Paul Millsap, two old heads. I'm taking Paul Millsap over Blake Griffin for a reason, because Paul Millsap, a veteran, he's defensively really good. He knows his role in the team. Love it. Blake Griffin, injury prone a lot more. Paul Millsap didn't get injured like Blake Griffin did. Draymond Green or LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge, a little over on the overrated. If you take him over Draymond for a reason here. Draymond gives it all. Energy, points, rebounds, steals, defense. He does everything in the books. He knows his role. He's a perfect third, fourth option. A glue guy on the team. John Collins or Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm taking Jaren Jackson Jr. He's already looked better. He's going to continue to look better. John Collins may never be a legit second option on that team now with how the draft's going to go, because if they select like Anthony Edwards or someone like that, if they get Anthony Edwards or Obi Toppin, I would say that John Collins moves at a third option. I don't think John Collins becomes a legit second option. I don't think he should be a second option, though. I think he should be a third. I think he's much better as a third option. Jaren Jackson, definitely a second option to me. And then the center position, Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic. I'm taking Nikola Jokic. He does everything. Joel Embiid cannot pass the ball like Nikola Jokic. To be honest, you want to hear the honest opinion here? Joel Embiid needs to shut his fucking trap and play the fucking game. He is so worried about getting on people's nerves. He is not playing the game. He just isn't. So, I wouldn't say that he's a better player yet. I think if he wants to be the best center, in my mind at least, he needs to shut his fucking trap and win games, because he talks way too much trash. Even when his team is down by 20, he's still talking trash. Karl-Anthony Towns or Kristaps Porzingis? I'm thinking Karl-Anthony Towns. Yeah, not much to be said. I think Kristaps is nice. Kristaps needs to come back to form completely. We need to see him back in form. Karl-Anthony Towns, I think he's a much better player. Mitchell Robinson or Jarrett Allen, two defensive centers. I think Mitchell Robinson is better. I think he's a better offensive player too, offensive center, to be honest. So I'm gonna take him over Jarrett Allen for now. Andre Drummond or Clint Capella, two rebounding centers. I'm taking Andre Drummond. He gives more rebounds. But he does have a higher contract, I would say. That doesn't really affect my decision, though. We also have the six men of this century, or this past decade, so I'm going to read those off. Montrezl Harrell or Jonas Valanciunas. I'm taking Montrezl. He's a six man, I know that, but I'm going to tell you something, man. He's top 10, maybe top 15 center. He plays great. He plays the game well. I mean, he knows his role on that team. 34th option because he's behind Kawhi and Paul George. So, the last thing here I did, I asked for six men. And I looked up their best seasons. Who would you rather have in their best season? From a six-man role in the past century, or decade, sorry. Jeff Teague or Lou Williams? I'm saying Lou Williams. He's one of the greatest six-men I think we've ever seen. Play the game. Jamal Crawford, yes, he's also on this. Would you rather have Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis Schroeder? I would take Manu. I don't know. I think I'll take Manu Ginobili. Yeah, I would look. I would definitely take Manu. I'm just remembering some stuff here. Oh wait a minute. Oops. Never mind. It's Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis Schroeder. I like Dennis Schroeder better. Oops. And then the next question is Manu Ginobili or Jamal Crawford. Not to take away from Manu Ginobili. Jamal Crawford's a better six man. He's one of the greatest. I think he's the greatest, maybe. You could also make an argument for Lou Williams. He's been doing it for his whole career. Who would I rather have, actually? Let me know in the comments here. Lou Williams or Jamal Crawford? Me personally, I would take Lou Williams. Okay. So that's gonna be the end of the video. Let me know in the comments what you would change about this. And let me know why. I get it. It's your opinion. You can like whoever you